How's it going, everyone? It's Milwaukee coming back at you once again, and today we're going to be discussing Green Lantern Corps Revolt of the Alpha Lanterns by new writer Tony Bedard and artist Adrian Syaf. Let's get into it. Now, this book is part of the Brightest Day era. I mean, there's a Brightest Day series, but there's also a bunch of not spin-offs, but other titles that happen to take place during Brightest Day. So there is some crossover between this title and the core Green Lantern title and Green Lantern Emerald Warriors. Like you'll see certain scenes from like different POVs that are like the same, but all the stories ultimately end up going their own direction. So it's not going to rely too heavily on the Brightest Day main story, but there's going to be some overlap. Guy makes a decision that's going to put him and Hal Jordan at odds. Ganthet, he goes on to become the Green Lantern of Sector Zero, which is the planet Oa and the whole sector there. And we start to see the Alpha Lanterns start to kidnap and recruit new members to their Alpha Lantern Corps or whatever. Green Lantern John Stewart agrees to accompany Alpha Lantern Boudica on a mission to some planet way out there, and let's just say he lives to regret it. Kyle Rayner, Ganthet, and Soranik Natu, they hear of this and they go on a rescue mission to rescue John Stewart, Boudica, and the missing Green Lanterns. Boudica, what a name. And it turns out that the Alpha Lanterns are working with Cyborg Superman. Yes, Cyborg Superman returns here. And Cyborg Superman's ultimate goal is to get Guardian Ganthet to make him back to human or as human-like as possible, because he found out through the Alpha Lanterns that it could be reversed, his cybernetic being or whatever. You could put the soul back in the body or some shit. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense here because he's not an Alpha Lantern, but whatever. Anyway, the team's in over their head, so Kyle calls Green Lantern Hanu to come and help them out. And they defeat Boudica, the evil Alpha Lantern. Together with the populace of the planet that has been held and captured by Cyborg Superman, Kyle Rayner and the rest of the Green Lanterns, they end up defeating Cyborg Superman. And with Cyborg Superman's spirit decides that it's going to try to body jump into a different mechanical body, the body he chooses is that of Alpha Lantern Boudica. She ends up killing his spirit, thus defeating Cyborg Superman once and for all. I guess we'll just have to see. At the conclusion of this storyline, Ganthet is made a Green Lantern honor guard, and the Alpha Lanterns, who were evil, but then they got their senses back or whatever, knocked into them, they get their personalities restored, and they're more like their original selves, even though they'll never be their original selves again because they're like more machine than like being at this point. Like I said, this for the Green Lantern Corps title, this is like the third writer, Tony Bedard. Peter Tomasi goes on to write, Green Lantern Emerald Warriors. I felt like the story was kind of weak. He just played it safe. The art by Adrian Syaf, it was good. Some pretty brutal, gory scenes. Not as gory as Patrick Gleason would have did it, but still gory enough if you like that kind of stuff. I do. I don't like it when superhero comics sort of like cop out. You have all this ultra violence, but like all you get is like a black eye. It's like, come on, show me the blood and the guts and the brains and all that stuff. When these super beings go to battle. Other than that, never really cared for the Alpha Lanterns. Don't care that they're bad guys in this story. Don't care that they're returned to good guys at the end of it. I just never liked the concept. You take the Manhunter concept and the Green Lantern concept, marrying them together, you get the Alpha Lanterns. Green Lanterns that are machines instead of, actual beings. It never really did nothing for me, and I'm hoping that it's done with now. But I guess we'll see as we read on. This volume also sets up a little bit of the next volume, Green Lantern Corps, the Weaponer, but I won't get into that. I'll just say that they're connected, so maybe it's like a 1-2 punch type of deal where retroactively I'll look at this volume better after I read the next one, but who knows. As for this one, I'm going to go ahead and give it like a 2 out of 5. It just wasn't really light my world on fire. It was kind of ho-hum, and I don't know if that was just the new writer, Tony Bedard, trying to get his feet, or whatever. Uh, you come from the highs of like Peter Tomasi and Patrick Gleason, and you get to this, and it's like, Guy Gardner, he's now out of the Green Lantern Corps book because he has his own book, and they're shoving John Stewart in here as a replacement, and I just wasn't feeling it. So, like I said, 2 out of 5. Until next time, I'll see you there.